Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Thursday, June 2nd, 2016. Well, first let's take a look at the S&P 500 here. This is the SPY, which is obviously the tracking ETF for the S&P. And you can see that we've floated up much like yesterday. Notice the volume today. It's already past 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and to only see 33.85 million is super light. So right away, that favors a float higher. So the markets gapped lower today on the back of oil. Oil rallied just like yesterday. Therefore, the markets did the same. And it's almost identical charts. I mean, look at here. Gap down. Today we gapped down. We sold off a little initially as opposed to yesterday's bigger gap down. But look at starting right around 10 o'clock, float higher. Float higher the rest of the day with small pullbacks along the day yesterday and today. So notice the high pivot today. This is kind of cool. Pivot high right here connected to yesterday's high gives you today's high right now. Now with the light volume, it wouldn't shock me to see a break to the upside on this, maybe going a little bit higher. But again, I think for the most part, you'd look at the markets today going into the end of the day and say neutral, maybe a little bit more upside. The reason why I'm neutral to upside biased to the end of the day is very simple. The jobs numbers tomorrow, no one's doing anything until that jobs number. So anytime you have super light volume, it favors the upside. Why? Well, because the institutions are what create heavy volume when they sell or they buy. They're not doing anything. So what it leaves is just the average investor. And the average investor is very emotionally based. So right now, the average investor is neutral to positive bias, right? They kind of want to chase this market. This market's been in a massive rally. It's not selling off. So they're putting money to work, especially at the beginning of a month like yesterday and today. New money coming in their 401ks, whatever they're able to put away, that gets invested, and it keeps the market floating with a little bit of buy action to it. Also, keep in mind this. Generally, society is a positive, right? We all think positively. That's generally the way things are. Remember, if you're very negative and depressed, what do? They give you drugs to make you positive. So that's why generally we wouldn't have survived, the amount of years that humans have been around if we weren't positive and we didn't think positively. So again, when the institutions aren't doing anything and just leave it to the average investor is going to buy the market generally, unless there's a fear factor out there, which there isn't right now. Okay, so that's what we have going on. Yesterday I did a video on ZFGN showing you guys a level 2, which had about 150,000 shares at $7.40. It was hammered. You can see how beautiful this is, right? Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. All these 10-minute candles hammering into it. Today we did it, and we broke out. A big player, obviously. I mean, if you're buying 150,000 shares of a company that's $7.50, $7 stock, that's pretty decent-sized money. So you got to assume a big boy is doing that. Therefore, based on my prediction, I said it would pop on that, and look at the pop it got. I mean, literally the stock went from 714 break to a high of 773 in a matter of 10 minutes, essentially. Now, it's consolidated here, and it's now drifting up, so that's nice. But bottom line is that was a prediction from yesterday's video, and it came perfectly to fruition. I said if you see someone buying that large block, 50,000 or 100,000 of that 150, you buy, and you could have easily, just like 5,000 shares of this, right? Not a huge amount of money, 5,000 shares of a $7 company, not that big, but you would have made literally on that pop, $1,500 very easily. Actually, more than that. 5,000 shares and the stock jumped 60 cents. Yeah, I mean, that's some pretty that's $3K. That's $3K in your pocket in 10 minutes off of just a simple play on the level 2 like that. Learn your level 2s, guys. It's important. Level 2s, you can ignore any large caps. Large caps ignore, mid caps even. Small caps, you do want to look at your level 2 because it does show you things like I was seeing there. And that was a great little heads up. One sector I'm keeping a close eye into the afternoon are the shipping stocks. The reason being PRGN getting a pop here. This is a shipping play. It doesn't necessarily dictate that the other shipping stocks will pop, but they generally go together, so you do want to have it on your watch list. So again, DRYS, EGLE, those are the most well-known shipping plays that pop that are smaller ones. So again, just a heads up on that. Right now, you can see PRGN stalled at the intraday 200 moving average right here. If it really starts to, I would say if you start to see this get up to 25%, then you want to say, okay, dry ships is where I want to be, or EGLE, or one of those. I don't necessarily, it's okay if you want to pick up one of them, I guess, but don't go crazy in terms of share size because you don't know if it's going to pop through. So just be aware of that. All right, guys. Thank you, as always, for being members here. I will talk to you soon. Come join us here at InTheMoneyStocks.com. Join the elite Profit for Life.